Sorry, minor technical difficulty. All right, chain 3. I'm going to go into this chain 2 space from the lower daisy. So it should be at the top of the middle of the lower daisy. I'm just going to do a single crochet into that chain space. And then I'm going to chain 3 again for my second bridge. 1, 2, 3. Now I'm going to go make my next 2 petals down the hill. So into the top of this cluster, I'm going to do my next cluster. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And do it again. It's hard to see in some of this yarn, but I'm going to find it. Here we go, the top of that last cluster. Got under the V. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, so what you should have is chain 3 to start, 2 cluster petals, chain 3, single crochet into the space, another chain 3, 2 little bridges with a V in the middle, and then I went down the hill with my first 2 clusters. Now I'm going to scoot this over a little, and I'm going to go finish. Keep in mind what we're working on right now is this. So it doesn't exactly look like that yet, but what these 2 petals are the same as these 2. And now I'm going to span this valley here and go back up right here. So I will have 4 lower petals of this white daisy that I'm making. So I've done my 2 clusters. I'm going to go over here. I am looking for the first cluster from the daisy below, the multicolored yarn. I'm going to go into the top, getting under the V, and pull. 1, 2, oh, messed up my baby yarn a couple times, see that? I'm gonna go back and fix it, there we go. 3, 4, and 5. Now I've got 3 petals, and I'm going to move on to the 4th one, which is the top of this cluster. 1, 2, 3, 4, and I messed up my baby yarn again. Sometimes you have to take it out to fix it, but sometimes you can just scoot under there and get it untangled. All right, so now you can see the bottom, which is the same as this one. You should check your work. Always be sure you've got the 3 chains, a single crochet V, 3 chains, 4 petals, and now I'm going to chain 3. Move over to the top of the hill. 1, 2, 3. Pull this down a little bit. And I'm going to go find the middle, very top center of that lower multicolored daisy, and find that chain 2 space. Single crochet into it. And chain 3 again for my next bridge. I'll do 1 more. So 1 more set of 4. I'm going to do my cluster into the top of this next petal. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and into the next one. Wait a minute, where am I? I'm lost. Oh, okay, it's very easy to get lost in this, especially if you're using multicolored yarn. I'm going down the hill of this multicolored daisy. So petal number 2 into the top of that cluster. Right here. 1, 2, messed up my yarn. 3, 4, and 5. All right. Always checking, because it's just very easy to get lost. There's my chain bridge, single chain bridge, 2 petals on the downhill slope, and heading back up the hill on the top of this next cluster. 1, wait a minute, I think I grabbed some yarn I didn't want. If you grab yarn you didn't want, don't keep going because it's going to show. I grabbed some of that I didn't need. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And top of the next cluster should get me all the way up the hill. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay. So go back and check. I check it every time because I've had to take out whole rows of this. Sometimes I'll accidentally only do 3 petals, and sometimes I'll do 5. You just really have to pay attention. So I like to go back and just really be sure I've done it right. So we've got the chain, the single, the chain, and 4 petals. So that is how you do row 6.